Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. This reading's going to be all about your future spouse. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And please take everything said in this reading with a grain of salt, since this is a collective reading. So we have 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have the Crystal Peacock Ore with the Light Seers Tarot. For pile number 2, we have Honey Calcite with the Chrysalis Tarot. And for pile number 3, we have the Green Cat's Eye Spear with the Muse Tarot. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. So hopefully by now you have picked a pile for yourself. If not, you can pause the video. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Peacock or Crystal and the Light Seers Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at all about your future spouse. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And please take these readings with a grain of salt, because this is a collective reading. So let's go ahead and shuffle your cards that you chose. So Spirit Guides of pile number 1. Spirit Guides of pile number 1, can we please look into their future spouse? We have the 7 of Wands. Then we have the 7 of Swords. Then we have the World in the reverse. The Knight of Pentacles. The Tower. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. At the back of the deck so far, we have the Hanged Man. So it seems to me pile number 1, as I look at all these cards here and the kind of storyline it's telling me, your future spouse has been through a lot. And I think they've been hurt a lot, like many, many times, in their previous relationships, or they could just be dealing with a lot of trauma. I think they have trust issues due to this. And it's very hard for them to let go of it with the World in the reverse, to let go of the things that have been done to them. You know, they might have had a lot of deceitful people in their life, people they shouldn't have trusted and ended up trusting. So I think your future spouse may have some trust issues, may have a little bit of a guard up when it comes to love. Although they find it hard to let go of the things that have happened to them. They don't want people in their life like this. So it seems like they're actively pushing away people like this in their life. And they don't like liars. They don't like deceitful people. They don't like any of that energy. So they're pushing it away. And they're trying to kind of be alone now to kind of just heal, if that makes sense. I think your future spouse internalized a lot of the things that have happened to them, and it feels like they internalized it and it created certain insecurities within them, or mirrored some self-worth wounds within them that they didn't realize they had. And it just feels like this was multiple people in their life, family members, friends, ex-relationships, where it almost feels like this person just trusted the wrong people or didn't have the best people in their life with the best intentions. And so what I'm basically picking up on here is your crush is currently in your crush, why am I saying your crush? Your future spouse is currently in a healing phase, okay? And they've been in this healing phase for some time. I feel about 2-3 years. And they're kind of trying to refine their sense of emotional balance and stability after being through this. They find it very hard to trust, like I said before, and to open up to new people now because of this. But I think the reason why it's taking a long time for you to meet your future spouse, or it's taking some time, is because the universe is kind of allowing this period of time for your future spouse, for them to grow, for them to heal, for them to look within, get to know themselves more, and just kind of be able to get through this obstacle. Because it doesn't help you come into their life and they haven't fully healed and they're still kind of like carrying this emotional baggage around. Of course, this person didn't deserve whatever happened to them, but the universe wants to allow this period of time for this person to grow and heal first before they come back. Before they come into your life. I don't know why I said come back into your life, but maybe for some of you, this is someone you have already met. Maybe for others of you, you have met this person in a past life. And that's why I almost said come back to you. So let's go ahead and pull the rest of your cards. Spirit guides of pile number 1. Spirit guides of pile number 1. May I please find out more about their future spouse? We have the 6 of Swords, the 6 of Cups reversed, the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, and the 4 of Swords reversed. This person has a lot of anxiety and restlessness, your future spouse. And your future spouse at the moment could feel like they're all alone, could feel very lonely, like they just want somebody in their life to love. But it seems like everybody they've come across hasn't had the best intentions towards them. They could have had manipulative people or family members in their life. I also feel like they could have a father wound or an emotionally unavailable father and a manipulative mother. That's just what I feel intuitively. So this person hasn't grown up from the best places, hasn't had the best friendships, hasn't had the best lovers. And it just feels like now it's not just that they're scared to trust. It feels like they also are scared of trusting themselves, because the people that they chose, this is from their perspective, the people that they chose haven't been good for them, haven't been healthy for them. And so now they don't trust their own choices. And I feel this has created this belief of, or not belief, but unconscious coping mechanism of I can't make any choice because what if I make the wrong choice? So I feel like this could be relating to this person being a little bit indecisive at the moment, but not because they are an indecisive person, but it is a coping mechanism of I don't really trust myself to make a decision, so I'm not going to make any decisions. And that could be something they're currently wanting to work on right now. I feel like it's very hard for them to let go of the past with the 6 of Cups reversed. Your future spouse could be stuck in the past in some way. And I do feel like emotionally, they're very restless. They have a lot of anxiety due to their traumas and due to the things they've been through. This reading is kind of sad. It is really sad, not kind of. It is really sad. I just feel bad for your future spouse for what they've been through. Like, they don't even know who to trust in their life. And that must be a really lonely feeling of not being able to turn to anyone or have anyone support you. What I will say though is your future spouse is going through huge transformations at the moment, triggered by the recent eclipse that we had. It was just eclipse season as I'm recording this, but this is a pre-recorded reading, so I don't know when it's going to be up, but I feel like the recent eclipse that we just had triggered a transformation in this person's love life, family life, friendships, relationships in general, where truths are coming out to the surface of who's really for them and who's not. And things are changing in their relationships and their relationship to themselves. Things are transforming for them now and starting to rapidly transform, where they kind of dive deeper into their feelings and find healing through that. And I think they're going to go into a phase or journey where they protect their peace, where maybe they're a little bit alone going through like a hermit journey. But I think as they heal and develop a healthy relationship to themselves and realize what healthy relationships are, they will start to attract healthier connections in their life, like healthier friendships. You know what I mean? But I feel like since this person grew up in a family where there was already that toxicity, they unconsciously seek that. And so that is why that reflected in their friendships, their, romantic connections, things like that. It's because they unconsciously looked for that in people. And that happens when you have an upbringing that is not healthy. If you don't have a healthy relationship with your parents, it happens. You unconsciously look for those same traits in a partner and a friend. Because some part of the inner child tries to recreate the trauma and change it to almost like prove that, I am lovable, whatever it is. So that's kind of the storyline I see with your future spouse, what they're going through at the moment, where they are at the moment. So spirit guides of pile number 1. Spirit guides of pile number 1. All about their future spouse, please. The 8 of Cups reversed. The Fool. The 9 of Cups. The Page of Wands reversed. The Queen of Wands. Okay, and at the back of the deck right now, we have the 5 of Cups. So, yeah, I still see something about, like, fake friends, not having the best people around them, not having needs met during childhood. So, they could have grown up with neglectful parents or parents that didn't pay much attention to them because I feel like there were either physical needs or emotional needs that weren't met. And I just feel like this person's had such a sad upbringing, such a sad experiences, not just one experience, but like sad experiences on top of another. So I just feel so much empathy for this person and like the things they've been through. Like I can't imagine how this must feel, not knowing who to trust, not knowing if you can trust anybody. So, your future spouse is currently in a phase of their life. I don't know, by the way, I don't know why Spirit is not telling me about their personality or their traits, but I'm kind of getting like a storyline of where they're at right now in their life. I don't know why I'm not getting personality traits, but that's what Spirit is bringing through, so I'm just gonna flow with it. But I actually see that this person's in a phase of their life right now where they've left all the toxic people behind or they've distanced themselves from them completely physically, but emotionally they still feel stuck and stagnant, like they're still there. And I feel like physically they're in a new beginning with the Fool. They've gotten what they want. They've walked away from these connections. But mentally and emotionally, it still feels like they're trapped in the past. It still feels like, I don't know if this person is having a lot of dreams about their trauma or having a lot of flashbacks and wanting to forget all the memories, because Spirit is showing me, in Men in Black when they take that machine thing and then they make you forget. I'm seeing that clairvoyantly. So it almost feels like this person doesn't want to remember their pain or trauma because it's too painful. So they could be going through a lot right now. I mean, the 5 of Cups is even at the back of the deck. And this reading's just so sad. Like, I can't believe this. But what Spirit is telling me, even though this person's in this period of their life where it is quite depressing, this period of life, like, this phase of life is like a rock bottom stage. If I were to describe it, it would be described as like a rock bottom stage. But Spirit is showing me that your future spouse is actually very strong. They can get through this, and they will get through this. And they're kind of at the phase right now where it's like they're going through that deep emotional healing of whatever betrayals they've been through. Betrayal trauma is what I feel. And as they go through the depths of their emotions, they will find their way through that. They will eventually release more and more of this pain until it doesn't hurt as much anymore, until they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it does take time to heal, but I am feeling a healing happening in their energy, even if they can't see it at the moment. I am also seeing an increase within the self-worth, within what they believe they're deserving of in their connections. I am seeing them, rethink what they want in their connections. And almost like, how do I put this in words? It's almost like when they're going to be ready for new connections or new people in their life, which is what they really want, because I feel like relationships are truly important to this person. Yes, they could be focused on their career and their goals and their dreams, because the Nine of Cups is here. So, they could be focusing on their goals right now and their aspirations right now. But I think for them, relationships and love are the most important things. So, even if they had all the riches in the world, they wouldn't be fully satisfied. Like, love is what they're really looking for. That's what I see in their energy. And I think right now they're going through a phase where they're learning and how to find their own independence. And with a cat here on the Queen of Wands, I'm getting a message of, they've fallen multiple times metaphorically, but they will land on their feet. So there is a kind of strength showing up here. And I feel like they will get their spark back. Right now they feel like they've lost their spark, but they will get their spark back after this healing takes place. Because what Spirit is showing me as I look at the Moon card is, um, you know, this river she's in, that she's kind of drowning in, is her emotions, right? But the deeper she goes through these emotions and she looks through it, the more this river starts to become less and less and less in terms of the water in it, and is going down and it's draining. And at the end, there's like very little water left. And then I'm seeing a vision of like tears, and we cry so much. There's so many tears at first, but then later, the more we cry, the less tears there are, the less it hurts. The more we feel like we've healed. Just like when we heal a wound, a physical wound, it might be really sore at first, very painful at first, but the more and more it heals as time goes by. It takes time, but as time goes by, it hurts less and less. So it's kind of like that this person, your future spouse, is going through that at the moment. And then I see their spark coming back. So I think right now they're just trying to focus on their goals, their aspirations, what's important to them, their healing. They could be going to therapy at the moment. And I feel like them also going after their dreams and goals and aspirations is also part of what's going to bring the spark of passion back for life. Because right now they feel very unpassionate, unmotivated about life in general, but I do think this is a new beginning where they get to rebirth and get to start all over and, kind of go into a new phase of their life where they start over and they start on a clean slate. I feel like there are big changes coming for this person that this person doesn't see. Also to do with the connection you have, I feel like this person matches up to what you want in love in terms of their qualities. And I actually feel like this new beginning is gonna come soon. And it's quite hidden to both of you. It's gonna change many things in your lives. Like you two coming into each other's life, I see there just being an instant spark, an instant connection. It's like you both feel electricity in your bones when you meet each other. That's what I'm seeing metaphorically. Like there's this instant spark, instant click between the two of you, and you're just going to change each other's lives for the better. This connection that you're going to have is going to be a new start for both of you. And it's also going to like reflect what you want in relationships. So I kind of feel like you two are sort of like a perfect match for each other, because Spirit is showing me two puzzle pieces fit perfectly together. But of course, nobody's perfect, but I feel like they're perfect for you, if that makes sense. And that is what I'm seeing here. So this is what I have for you, pile number 1. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this honey calcite crystal and the Chrysalis tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at all about your future spouse. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Take everything said with a grain of salt, since this is a collective reading. If you find yourself resonating with these messages, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please find my email address in the description box below. So let's get started by shuffling your cards and seeing what comes up for you. So Spirit Guides of pile number 2, Spirit Guides of pile number 2, can we please look into their future spouse, please? Their future spouse. Okay, we have the mime with the page of spirals. This is, I'm just trying to remember which one's spirals, because this deck is a little bit different. Oh, this is the Page of Wands. I thought so. So, all about their future spouse, please. We have the Celtic Owl with the Hanged Man. We have the Six of Wands, Six of Spirals. We have the Dreamer with the Knight of Mirrors, Knight of Cups. We have the Nine of Scrolls, the Nine of Swords, and Psyche with the World. Okay, so I don't know why, but I feel like for some of you, your future spouse could be in the entertainment industry, because when I think of mimes, I think of acting. And then we have the Six of Wands here, which is about like success, the dreamer, which makes me think this person's someone with big dreams, goals, aspirations. So I don't know, could they be in their entertainment industry, or like doing something that not many people do in their career? We have the Companion with the King of Wands at the back of the deck. So lots of Wands energy, lots of fire energy. This person could be a fire sign or have fire energy within their chart, or just be a very fiery person within their energy. I feel like whatever they do for their career, it's something that's very unique to them, that not many people do. And they're very successful at what they do. They're very good at what they do. And like I said, they have big dreams, big goals that are larger than life. This is someone that leaps towards their dreams and goals, even though they are very big. And it's like this person reaches for the stars and truly shoots for the stars, even if their dream seems a little bit impossible. Sometimes they have imposter syndrome and worry about the future, or what if they're not good enough to actually make it to their dreams. But they do have a lot of courage that allows them to step into that. I feel this person has been working on their career for a very long time. They've been very focused on their career for years, and they've been building there. So they've been building their own sense of independence within their career and following their dreams, which is a great thing to see, because it's like this person really has goals. It's like this person really has ambitions. And I feel like you two will motivate each other. You'll help each other towards your goals, your dreams. When one of you is scared or has imposter syndrome, you'll be there for each other and motivate each other and encourage each other. And I feel like that's such an amazing energy to have in your life one day, because you guys will always be supportive of each other. And this person will always support you, like, in any decision you make. That's the type of character they have. So whatever they're doing right now within their career, they're very successful with the Six of Wands, or they're soon going to find success after working at this for a very long time. And they either already have recognition for what they do, where they're well known, or they're like a public figure, or they're just well known for what they do, they're recognized for it, or they will be very soon. I feel like whatever this person does, it's not a quote unquote normal job. They do a very unconventional job, like something that not many people like actually do, but a lot of people would want to do. It's like the kind of career where a lot of people are afraid to get into that, but it seems really what's the word? It seems very glamorous to do that job, or it seems like, you'd get paid a lot. It seems like everybody would want that job, but a lot of people are scared to go towards it because of like not being good enough, or like imposter syndrome. But this person tries to get through their imposter syndrome when it comes to their career. I feel like this is a type of person that does want love, that does want a companion in their life, and they're waiting for that special Mr. or Mrs. Right, is what I'm hearing. So currently they're single, and I think they've been single for a few years, waiting for the right person to come around. And I feel like with whatever job they're doing, they've put all their focus on that while they wait for Mr. or Mrs. Right. And there's something about them going through an ego death. I actually feel like whatever they do for their career, it's part of their destiny to transform into the successful person. It's like they have a lot to share with their creativity or their ideas, or just their to do with their career. Like they have a lot to share in that area, where I feel like it is part of their purpose or part of their mission to follow this unconventional journey, this journey that not many people take, that many are afraid to take. And as I say, many are afraid to take. I'm seeing the Shrek scene where he goes to rescue Fiona, and all those people passed on from the dragon. So it feels like a path that needs bravery. And I'm not going to say that in a literal sense, but like, yeah, it's a path that needs bravery. This person, along with the ego death they're going through currently, I feel like they are going to go through big transformations within their career. And I do feel like the reason why they are destined or fated for this is because whatever type of career they're in, a lot of people there have big egos, but they're someone with not much of an ego. And so I feel like they're having an ego death right now, where they're learning to not see themselves through the eyes of imposter syndrome, where they're learning to own their gifts, their talents, whatever it is, without becoming egotistical. This person has achieved a lot in their life, but sometimes feels unworthy when they aren't achieving. So this person almost has like no ego at all, almost too little of an ego, too little of confidence within themselves. And this is why the divine has put them on this path of like popularity, being seen. I feel like they're very popular. They have a lot of friends. They're very charismatic, good at telling stories, good with people, good with their words. But I feel like this person does have their own insecurities. Like they might seem like this person that has been recognized by people, that's very popular amongst people, very much like a people's person, very optimistic in nature. They do have their own insecurities, and it's not as like, their life isn't as perfect as it seems, because other people look into their life and see them as like they're living the perfect life, they're living their dream life. But it's not as perfect as it seems. And when I say that, not in a bad way, but I feel like this person does have their own insecurities, does go through their own hardships. When other people look at this person's life, it's like they think the grass is greener on this person's side, but they don't actually see the struggles this person's been through, like the worries this person's had, the anxieties this person's had, the things they've been through, you know. Okay, we have the Strength card. So yeah, they are very strong and resilient, and this is why they've been able to get through whatever challenges they've been through unscathed. We have the Ace of Wands next. So this is a very passionate person, like I said before, a very exciting person to be around, very dynamic personality, very creative too. They have a big imagination as well. So the illusionist is here with the Knight of Pentacles. This person may have illusions of their own when it comes to their career or their passions in life, their endeavors that they want to go on, their dreams. What is this about? 6 of Mirrors, 6 of Cups, 3 of Spirals, 3 of Wands. I feel like it has to do with their upbringing. 10 of Scrolls, 10 of Swords. The 6 of Stones, 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Spirals, 10 of Wands, Divine Child, yeah, childhood. Okay, I'm seeing energy here where it's like your future spouse has this illusion or belief around like, I have to work extra hard to get noticed. Like, I have to go the extra mile to be noticed, but I feel like it has to do with experiences from their childhood and their upbringing that has created this false belief or narrative that this person is unconsciously running into. So what I see here essentially is maybe this person grew up with parents that never noticed their accomplishments. Like, this person could have grown up in a way where they were always trying to accomplish things. I'm seeing a child be like, look, dad, look, mom, I made this. But they're so focused on their own personal lives and their own challenges where they're not focusing on maybe the artwork this child made. They're just like, oh, nice. But they're not really paying attention. You know, this child is trying to get attention from their parents, trying to show them, look, I made this, look, I did this, but it just always feels like they were overlooked as a child. Not because their parents did it on purpose, but I feel like maybe their parents had marital issues that this person didn't know about when they were a child. I feel like this person's parents had a lot of stresses and challenges that they were going through, so they were just trying to survive on their own. And so I think they didn't do it intentionally, but it always felt like this person's inner child felt overlooked. And so now they carry that with them into adulthood, unconsciously manifesting that for themselves, where it's like, I constantly have to do the most to be noticed. And whatever this is that they're doing, it's a childhood dream. But it feels like a lot of the things that this person internalized from their experiences, because I don't feel like their parents ever like brought them down in a way, but I feel like this person, their inner child, internalized the things that happened and almost like created this belief of, oh, I guess I'm not good enough. I have to do the most to be noticed. It almost felt like this person's inner child felt invisible. And so now they're doing the most to be seen. Okay, so we have the Star, the Moon, the 5 of Cups, and Bella Rosa with the Devil. I'm just trying to understand this energy because I feel like this Devil card isn't their parents. Because like I said, I feel like their parents were good parents, but they just had their own things they were drowning in. Like, I'm seeing them drown in debt. I'm seeing them like not know what to do, stress all the time, and it's like They're just trying to survive themselves and not drown in whatever they're going through. What is the devil here? I feel like this person didn't have toxic parents, but their parents were so focused on themselves, because I'm looking at the mirror here and it's reminding me of self-centeredness. This person may believe that they have self-centered parents, parents that only focus on themselves, only focus on their own issues. Growing up as a child, whenever this person spoke to their parents, it was all about them. And I don't think this person's parents are narcissistic per se, but there is a sense of self-involvement, not from an egotistical place, but from a place of I'm drowning within my own sorrows, within my own stresses of life, that all I can think about, all I can speak about are my problems. And it appears to be a self-centeredness, but deep down it's not. I hope that makes sense. It's like, let's say I'm complaining about the same thing the whole time to you, pile number 2, and you think, oh, this person's really self-centered because they just speak about themselves all the time. They don't listen to me or what I'm going through in life. They don't ask me about my day. But maybe I'm just drowning within my struggles, and then it appears to be self-centeredness. So I feel like this person's inner child internalized a lot of that and almost like didn't want to be self-centered like their parents. And so now they have almost like no ego, if that makes sense. Their parents could have always like made it about them. I don't know how else to explain that, but that's what I see. This person is trying to be a balanced and good person. They're, if they have kids of their own, I'm looking at the bird here in the bird nest, which reminds me of family. They want to treat their children differently than how they were brought up. I also feel like this person could have been a child that grew up too fast, a child that had a lot of responsibilities or a lot of pressure on them. They could have had very strict parents that had a lot of expectations on them, where they felt like, no matter what I do or achieve, it's never good enough. And so they want to treat and bring up their children differently. So they do want children. They could be a family-orientated person. The cat family keeps coming up within this pile, because I noticed the tiger come up before with the dreamer card, and now it's here in the 10 of swords. So in this person's lifetime, they're learning to step into their strength, their courage, and bravery, and really allow themselves to be seen with a balance of where we're not having no ego at all, because the ego is not necessarily bad, but in the spiritual community, it has sometimes been misunderstood, with people talking about like, get rid of your ego all the time. The thing is, it just depends on the person and where they're at. If a person and where they're at is already at a place where they have too much of an ego, then yes, it can be great to minimize that a little bit. But if a person already has too little of an ego, too many insecurities, it doesn't help getting rid of that ego. We need to build on that and develop a healthy sense of self, healthy sense of confidence. So I feel like this person in this lifetime is going to be that example to others of, this is what a healthy ego looks like, where it's not too small and it's not too big. And what I'm getting from that is, this person is getting rid of their imposter syndrome. They're learning to feel good enough and worthy as they are, regardless of their achievements or, the awards they can put up on the wall. Find their deep down inherent value, regardless of what they achieve or what they do or who they are. But I feel like this person is in the phase of developing their ego in a healthy way, where they're getting to know themselves. And it's kind of like they're developing their character, developing their personality, their ego in a way where it's like your whole persona, if that makes sense. Getting to know who they are. And that's the phase they're in right now. So I think they're getting to know themselves on a deeper level. I think they may also unconsciously act out of childhood trauma that they don't even realize they have. And I think they are kind of like whatever is hidden there, where they're acting out of a subconscious place, an unconscious place, it is going to be seen by them. It is going to be brought to the light so that they can have a transformation and get out of that stuck energy and get out of that performative energy and just be their authentic self and feel worthy as they are. So I feel like that is part of their journey in this lifetime. And this is all about your future spouse. So I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my Polymathies. If you chose this Cat's Eye Spear and the Muse Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at all about your future spouse. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you find yourself resonating with these messages, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please find my email address in the description box below. And I just want to say, along with take what resonates, this is a collective reading, so take the reading with a grain of salt. Let's look into your cards. Spirit guides of pile number 3. Spirit guides of pile number 3. Can we look into their future spouse? We have the High Priestess in the reverse. It's quite interesting that the High Priestess came out reversed. Because when I first put down your crystal on your cards, I put down the crystal, and I know it's a spear-shaped crystal, so obviously it's not going to stay in place, but it kind of rolled like away from here to here. So with the High Priestess reverse, I kind of get the sense with that message, this person may not be in true alignment with where they're meant to be in life. It's almost like they've run off course, off path. Let's get more information. And I feel like they could be running from love right now. They could be in that runner energy or dynamic when it comes to their love life right now, which is why Spirit is almost like not letting you meet this person yet. I do also see an energy of it could be possible you two have been in the same area at the same time, but you never met each other yet. But later on, you guys will speak about it and be like, oh my gosh, for example, oh my gosh, I was at this concert. I was at this concert too. How did I not see you? But it was like, it was not the right time back then, even though you were in the same place. It's almost like the universe kept you apart because it was not the right time. And sometimes that happens, Seven of Pentacles, in cases where we're not ready for that love. If the universe feels like we're not ready and we could possibly, hurt the person or destroy the connection if we're not ready, or just like the connection wouldn't be at its peak capacity when we're not ready, then the universe won't allow us to meet that person until we're ready. 10 of Wands reversed, the Star, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Wands. So with the High Priestess reversed, I do feel as though this person is not following their intuition. They're having a hard time trusting their intuition, trusting themselves when it comes to decisions they want to make in their life, when it comes to people in their life. I feel like they have an avoidant dynamic, an avoidant attachment at this time I'm reading their energy. And I feel like that's the reason why they're kind of like being pulled away from you right now. Because I'm seeing your energy is kind of similar in a way. So you may be part of the same soul family, but I feel like I'm seeing your energy be like magnets and always attracted to each other, like in many different lifetimes, not just physically, but like your energy will always be drawn to each other and magnetized towards each other But in this life, it's like the magnets are pulling each other apart. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope you get what I mean. I'm seeing it visually, like two magnets not attracting but pulling things apart or pushing things away from each other. So that's what I see visually, and I feel like it's just not the right time yet. And that's why I'm seeing this energy, because I feel like this person's on the wrong path. I don't know what that means, but I feel like they're on the wrong path. They're not in alignment with what their higher self wants for them to do with their life and their purpose, and maybe they're in the wrong relationships. I don't know, but I just keep hearing they're on the wrong path, and that's why you haven't met them yet. Because Spirit wants them to sort out their own life first before they come into yours, because it could be that it affects yours in a way that your spirit guides don't want to happen. Okay, tell me more. I want to find out more from the spirit guides what's going on here. I keep seeing that everything in their life feels backwards. I don't know what that means. Like they're showing me tables that are upside down and things that are not in place. Like imagine this table here, and imagine if it was sitting on the side like this, where the flat surface isn't up but the legs are up. That's what Spirit keeps showing me, and like furniture that's not in its place. So it's like this person is in a place where they're out of place. Things are out of place in their life. Things are not the way it's supposed to be in their life. And I don't know why this is. Tell me more, spirit guides. I feel like this person's so mysterious, because as I'm in their energy, or maybe their spirit guides are just like giving me little bits and pieces of information, but I feel like I don't see the bigger picture. And you know what it feels like to me? You know when you're having a conversation with somebody and they give you vague answers? That's how this person's energy feels. Like, you know when you're speaking to a person and they're so mysterious and so vague that you just feel like you want more information from them, and it feels like you're pulling teeth. That's how it is communicating to this person. As I'm in their energy, it feels like that. Okay, so what Spirit is showing me is your future spouse, for some of you, could already be married or could be in the wrong connection, could be committed to the wrong people. So commitment doesn't have to be, because Spirit is showing me a ring, which reminds me of commitment and relationships. Commitment doesn't have to be a marriage or a romantic connection. It could also be like a business partner that they have that is running them, drive business, or like having bad intentions towards them where they're going to make this person go broke or something. Or, maybe they are in the wrong relationship, or maybe they are already married where they're with the wrong person and that person's not right for them. And this is just what I'm seeing clairvoyantly when I ask what is out of place in their life, where they're on the wrong path, because I need more details. The answers here are vague. So I feel like there's something about them being committed to the wrong people, having the wrong people in their life, people that aren't meant to be in their life. And of course, I feel like you two have very similar vibes and energies. You're very similar in nature and personality. Even if you two have some differences, you and your future spouse, you're very similar in personality. But I'm seeing two identical hairbrushes face away from each other. So it almost feels like you two are very close to each other in physical proximity. It almost feels like maybe some of you have already met this person but overlooked this person as your future spouse because it was not the right time. Whereas maybe for some of you, you haven't met this person yet, but maybe they live in a very close proximity to you, but you just haven't met yet. And that's the overall vibe I'm getting here. It's like we're so close from each other, but we're not in each other's lives. Where maybe we've even walked past each other but overlooked each other. And it feels like we just haven't actually seen each other as the future spouse yet because it wasn't the right time. But we've just like walked past each other or overlooked each other, or we live in close proximity, but we haven't actually met. There's a vibe like that going on, but take it as it resonates for you because it's different for all of you. Why is this person committed to the wrong people? Give me more information. I keep feeling like they give such vague answers, these spirit guides of this person. And your spirit guides as well. Okay, so take it as it resonates, but I feel like for some of you, this person is in a relationship with somebody that is using them for their money or using them for what they have. For others of you, I feel like this person is in a relationship or marriage or in a partnership, business partnership with somebody that doesn't have the best intentions towards them, that just wants to take from them. For others of you, maybe they could be married or in a relationship to somebody that constantly travels or constantly works, but then does things behind this person's back. Like, could be cheating on this person, having an affair. Those are the energies I feel as examples, so you can kind of get the gist of the energy. Just someone they shouldn't trust, but they're not aware of it. They haven't found the proof yet. But this person has a feeling, an intuitive feeling of like something isn't right, but they just don't have proof yet. And that is kind of what I'm seeing in this person's energy. Maybe they've been with this person for a very long time, like years and years and years. And it just feels like something's off, but this person can't put their finger on it. And it's hard to trust their intuition because there is no physical evidence or proof of something being off. And we had the angel number 777 here, so I do feel like luck is on their side, where something will be revealed to them very soon, either from another person or just them receiving some kind of proof of this not being the right person for them. And I feel like it's going to happen very soon. This person is receiving lots of signs, and their spirit guides are trying to wake them up to the truth of, and trying to kind of put breadcrumbs in their path to lead them to where they're supposed to be, because it just feels like they're on the wrong path, maybe in their career, maybe in their relationships. It just feels like they're going in the opposite direction of their true purpose or true path. And it feels like their spirit guides keep leaving their breadcrumbs, but it almost feels like they ignore the breadcrumbs or don't see it. It's like they see it, but they ignore it or overlook it. So that's kind of what I'm getting here. And of course, if this person is married, then that could be the reason why you haven't met yet. Because, obviously your spirit guides aren't going to bring you into somebody's life. Maybe you're meant to be with this person. Maybe you're destined to be with this person, but they're with somebody they're not destined to be with, And so that's a complicated situation where your spirit guides aren't going to make you the homewrecker, you know what I mean? So they're first trying to bring this truth to light for this person. There's first certain things that need to happen in this person's life in a certain order before you can come into their life. They first need to sort out their own life. Otherwise it's going to affect you in a negative way. And I've seen this happen before where maybe people meet. This is kind of like an unconventional take, but I've seen this before in personal readings where certain people met their soulmate, and I actually saw that was their soulmate or like a divine counterpart, but that person was already married and they met that person too soon, and it just created this whole complicated mess because that person is married legally, and we're not going to homewreck that relationship, but maybe that person's soulmate, and it just creates a whole complicated mess. That's what I'm going to say. So this is why you haven't met this person yet. That's what keeps coming through. Even when I picked up the cards now, it all wanted to drop. So I feel like this person needs to drop some people in their life. They need to drop some things they're doing, some habits they're doing that are affecting their life negatively. It just feels like they're totally on the wrong path. Totally off course. And I don't know what that means exactly, but that's what I keep seeing. 3 of Wands. Justice reverse. They have a lot of dishonest people in their life, and justice could also represent divorce. Maybe they aren't happy in their marriage if this person is married already, but they're just not getting divorced. It's weird. The Hermit. Maybe this person's scared of being alone, yet at the same time they also have that avoidant attachment that they need to deal with. 5 of Swords at the back of the deck. Yeah, they have people in their life they shouldn't be trusting. And it just feels like they're trusting the wrong people. And these connections in their life need to end before they come into your life. And this person needs to learn how to be alone. This person needs to learn how to deal with their own emotions and not run from it before they come into your life, because it almost feels like Spirit wants this person to grow a little bit and get on the right track before they come into your life. Because let's say this person is emotionally unavailable at the moment, and let's say that they are having an avoidant attachment at the moment. It doesn't mean that that can't change. I feel like I once had an anxious but also avoidant attachment at the same time. But now I feel like I'm moving into more of a secure attachment now that I'm in healthier relationships and healthier dynamics. But it's taken a few years. And sometimes I still go back to my old ways, but it takes time to change your attachment style because that was formed during childhood. So, this person has a lot of growth to do before they come into your life, and your spirit guides don't want you to meet this person too early. So take this opportunity of being alone and single to enjoy, to, get to know yourself, to really develop a strong connection to yourself, to grow, follow your career, whatever you want to do. Take this opportunity, take this time to really be alone and enjoy it. And I know some of you are going to hear this and roll your eyes because you just want your future spouse now, and I completely understand. I was like that too when I was single. I really wanted a relationship, and people were telling me, enjoy your single years, and I kind of just was like, nah. But I feel like that's the message from Spirit, like, enjoy your single years right now, because this person cannot be brought into your life too soon. Otherwise, it's going to affect your relationship. Imagine this person already has an avoidant attachment and they run from their own emotions. What's going to happen in your relationship if we think about it logically? They're not going to open up about their feelings to you, things like that. So I feel like this person just has a lot of growth to do before they come into your life. Otherwise, it will affect the healthiness of your connection and how strong your connection is. So, all about their future spouse, please. I never knew someone could be completely like on the wrong path, but whoa, this is the first time I've ever seen that. I have never even seen that in a personal reading. So, I don't know where this person is in their life, but they're completely off track. Queen of Cups, the Devil, 4 of Cups. It's like, when somebody gets, how Spirit is comparing it is, when somebody gets like a 0% mark on their test or like 1%, they didn't even get one answer right. It kind of feels like that's where this person is in their life. Like 0%. Like, did you not even spell your name right? Like, it's kind of giving that energy. If we had to use it as a metaphor for this person's life and, where they're at right now, they're completely on the wrong path. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that's what keeps coming through. Again, there's people in this person's life that they shouldn't be trusting, but they know how to hide it very well and how to almost like emotionally manipulate this person and pull at their heartstrings. And I feel like this is also what's causing their avoidant attachment to become bigger, is what Spirit's showing me. Maybe not the right use of words, but that's what's being shown to me visually. Because they have people in their life that deep down their soul knows they shouldn't trust, but they have no physical evidence or proof of it. And It almost feels like this person is being gaslighted. It almost feels like this person feels confused and feels like something's off, but they just don't understand what they're feeling. They don't know where to find the proof of what's off. They don't know where to look. It feels like they're Alice in Wonderland, trying to look through the rabbit hole, but they keep falling through the rabbit hole and they don't know where to look. And it feels like they're lost and confused. So something needs to fall away first before you two meet. That's what I keep seeing. So I don't want to sound like a broken record, so I'm going to end your reading here. I really hope this reading resonated and brought clarity to you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.